Decide where we're going to spend the holidays if you haven't already. If you're thinking about getting out of town, particularly flying, you probably want to book sooner rather than later. We have some travel tips. Mike Miller, president of Rio Grande Travel, is here with me this morning. Good morning, Mike. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we'll talk about holiday travel, but these tips we're going to talk about basically go for flying any time of the year.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, first thing, you would say be flexible when you travel and where you travel to.
Right.
What does that do for us?
Well, I mean, peak season obviously is going to be a little more expensive anytime you vacation. But if you're looking at a beach destination, maybe Jamaica will be a little cheaper than Mexico. I mean,
okay.
So just be flexible on where you're going. I mean, it's still a beach destination.
And sometimes can even just the days of the week change the price of the airfare too?
Yes, Fare Compare did a study, and Wednesday and Saturday is actually the cheaper days to fly. And when you're booking a ticket, they figured out that Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, I've heard this Tuesday thing. Why is this? I've heard this many times that Tuesday is the best day to buy a ticket.
Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern is what they're saying. I mean, that's, they did a pretty in-depth study on it, and so if you're flying for business or flying for vacation, start Tuesday.
Okay, good deal. How early before we want to take a trip should we be looking to book that ticket?
Well, less expensive. They really don't open up cheaper seats till 3 to 4 months in advance of the departure. That's domestically, and 4 to 5 months internationally.
Okay.
But if it's vacation and you're looking at a cruise or a tour, we can get the airline packaged with the cruise, if you will.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll talk about cruises in just a minute. Other tips: avoid parking costs at the airport. I get sucked into this all the time. Have someone drive you there.
Right. Yeah, have someone drive you there. I mean, we're lucky here in Albuquerque. It's only $3 to $5 if it's not on airport, but compared to larger cities.
Okay, there's some of the tips we talked about there. You said right now the hot thing in travel: cruises.
Cruises is the #1 vacation in terms of satisfaction. So. Royal Caribbean, for instance, is more of a family vacation or cruise, more kid-friendly, if you will. And then there's Celebrity Cruise Lines, which is probably the most underrated cruise line there is. I mean,
Celebrity,
it's a sister company of Royal Caribbean, and they don't advertise as much, so they're a little less expensive, but it's a wonderful cruise line.
Oh, okay. Just real quick, how much do cruises cost these days if you want to go, say, even just 3 or 4 nights in the Caribbean or Mexico?
Well, they can be as cheap. I brought a couple of examples. For Royal Caribbean on a 7-night cruise, you can get started as cheap as $750 per person. That's an inside cabin. Okay. But for a balcony, you're looking around $1,150 per person.
And it's pretty much all-inclusive, includes your food and everything on the ship?
Includes the food. Royal and Celebrity also offer a drink package now, so for around $430, all your booze is included. Which is a deal.
Yes, it is, because you always underestimate some of those costs when you go into it.
That's exactly right.
Okay, Mike Miller from Rio Grande Travel. You got questions for him, you can check out our website at casa.com. All of Mike's information is there. Great tips. Appreciate you coming on the show, Mike. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.